gonna tell me which way this page goes back in afterwards. It's just a little bit broken in there. Okay, so print. Make a boring video. Okay, so this is just a regular print on regular paper. And gimme. Okay, so there's the circuit board design, and somewhere there's the indicator mark. So now I know which way to put it in the printer. Okay, so that's telling us where it's gonna go. I use here for doing this, and I'll use a whole sheet. And go from there. Oh, no, maybe I'll use a partial sheet. Tell you what, I'll use a partial sheet. I can play with other things later. I don't know if this works. So one side's good, the other side's not. In this case, this is the good side. I'm gonna do a new take while I grab some scissors. Okay, so there's a piece cut, more than large enough to cover what I'm going to be printing, and again, to make sure I get the right side up. Okay, there we go. Got my temperature tape. I think it's capped on, but I'm suspicious. Anyways, not enough to more than cover. Oh, you are curly. Yeah, just curl and tangle on me. Okay, here goes. So right there. Now you want to make sure that there's no bits of glue sticking up if you're doing this. Oh, and you know what? I've totally, it's going in this way. Yeah, I totally taped the wrong side. Again, yeah, I keep doing that. Right, okay, so I'm going to tape the other side now and just pretend that didn't happen. You have to be careful that you tape the leading edge, and don't tape both edges like this or it can crumble. Yeah. And no glue. And, yeah. Okay, so, right. Now, when I take this out, it'll be a pain in the butt. Okay, anyway, whatever. So that'll, if I put it back in the printer the same, it'll reprint in that same area. So, not getting anything dirty, which is a challenge in this shop. Okay, there we go. So, back in the same way. Just get you right, nice, and then reprint. Okay, wrong mouse. Okay, so if everything goes well. Okay, and there we go. So now we want to. That's mirrored, right? Yeah. Okay. So now we want to get that off of there. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna want to reuse this when it screws up. So I'm gonna very carefully cut this out. I should really just make another one. Anyway. I'm gonna watch this because I don't know how long my camera records for. You over there. And we'll mess with that later. Okay, this is our transfer piece. Okay, so now we need a piece of copper to fit it. So let's see here. Various pieces. Copper. show. Alright. Okay, next we need a circuit board cooker. And right there is a circuit board cooker. Yep. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up on maximum heat. And I'm plugged in here. And while that warms up, I'm going to take some superfine steel wool. Superfine. PCBs only. Okay. And, let's see here. I got a piece of kicad here that'll do for that. Gotta clean that up. So, give that a really good rubbing. I shouldn't be getting metal into my towel, but yeah, whatever. My bench towel. Okay, so that gets it good and cleaned up, but now there's a bunch of scratches in there that have steel in them. So what I do is I take paper towel and I use Windex, whatever. So now I'm going to rub that really hard, and what you get out of it is you get all little bits of copper and stuff out of it, grooves, plus or minus what you rub in from the towel sitting on the bench. So that should be fine. I got everything rubbed out of there, so that's you don't want to get any fingerprints on that. So this guy's getting hot, and what I'm gonna do is pre-cook the circuit board on there. And I'm gonna mount this upside down using a vise or something. Maybe I'll just do this, because yeah, Angel would be my middle name. Okay, so I'm gonna let that warm up for a bit. I don't know how long a bit is. I'll video you back. Okay, so it's been a minute or two, and that's gonna be hot enough. So what I'll do is slide that on the bench like that, and safely put this somewhere. Yeah, right, Roo. Yeah, the floral will do just fine. Okay, so that's good and hot, and what I'm going to do is take this circuit board pattern here. I'm going to put it down on there. I'm going to put a piece of paper over it, just to for slide protection. And oops, yeah, that's really protecting from slide. Okay, maybe I'm alright. Yep, I think I'm okay. And okay, I just got to dump the iron on there for a second, and we'll just let that cook. And what I'll do is, let me see here. Let's just, I don't know if this will work there. Well, I'll take and rub this in a little. This for me has always been a hit and miss process. So, let's take and get it rubbed in there good. It looks like my iron is working out the wax that I accidentally got into it. That's great. Okay, now, next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to let that sit there for a second. I got a book ready. Hardcover book. This has got to be a science book. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip the circuit board in there. And I'm going to put some pressure on it for a while. So, here goes. Get rid of that. Oh yeah, the hot glue on the bench, right? Forgot about that. Okay, so there's that guy, and that's hot as hell. So I gotta get in there and close the book and just stand on that one for a while. And you could use lead acid batteries or alternators. because the book will suck out the heat, but it also gets some even pressure on it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this battery on it now for a while, and I'm gonna go get a tray of warm soapy water. So you can, of course, have all this ready to go, at once. I'm just demonstrating the most inefficient way of doing it. Where did the circuit board go? There we are. Okay, so there's that, and by the kind of bubbling of it, it looks like it might be OK transfer. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, warm soapy water. In you go. So what we want, the warm and the soap are to help the water get into the paper easier. So as you can see, it's gonna soak in pretty good. Maybe you can see. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so I'm trying to get. It's just about there. There's a few little spots where it's not quite soaked through the paper yet. I have no idea if this will work right. We're just about there. I see. So I'm going by I'm taking a look at the color of it. I'm seeing that there's a few spots in the paper that look like they're still a little bit dry. The ink should be fused hard enough that it's okay to poke it a little. So maybe let's try it. Okay, so back to the towel. So I'm gonna peel it to start with, and what you should see is that the clay layer that they've put in the paper tears away from things. And that's pretty good. Okay, now what we need to do is rub off all the rest of it. So if I just rub it with my finger, maybe this is someone else's finger. How do you know? Okay, and I'm gonna switch to doing this underwater, so I can kind of get away the rest of the. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do this underwater. So here. Let's see here. Just kind of abrase away the remainder of the paperness, because you want. See, there's all the clay stuck to the areas that we want to etch away, and we want to not have that. So see that just broke away like that. Yeah, and that's where we want to get to, is having all the rest of that clay removed. It can be a problem if you have two traces that are close together, like the two I have around the outside on this. And so just scrubby. Hey, this battery's almost flat too. That's not good. Oh, come on. Getting there. So there's an outside perimeter line, cut line on this that it's pretty small, and it's doing pretty good. Now, a lot of what I see is what I know is about using a toothbrush and rubbing it with the toothbrush really nice. And the idea is that toothbrush gets into those bits between the traces. I'm just gonna try rubbing it harder because this transfer doesn't matter much anyway. I'm just experimenting with things. And as long as the camera keeps recording, we're all good, right? Yeah, see, there's all that other paper between things. You want to get that out. paper. It's actually the clay from the paper that's left between the traces. That'll screw up the edge, and with normal rubbing, it does not want to come out nicely. Not in a good way. Anyways, this is where a toothbrush would be a really good idea, and I don't know if I have a spare toothbrush around, but I'll see if I can maybe find one and play around with that so you can see the difference. Oh yeah! Look at that! Perfect! That's them. Here, let's go try this out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Go Sam, go. Oh yeah. You know what? That might be a trade secret, that one right there. That looks great. I mean, there's some pieces missing on that little bit, but I'm not worried about it. It's just a ground ring. It's also worth mentioning that glossy magazine paper, I didn't have that problem with the clay. So, I may do a video on that later. At this point, I'd etch that. There is a little bit of extra, when it's drier, you can see there's a little bit extra clay right there. But as far as doing the transfer, that's a demo of the process that I use for that. So, I usually use my XY plotter, but for donor transfer, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So there.